Right, so you're welcome to another episode of GH Movie Freaks Hot Take with Asankomah. And yes, like you already know, as I've been doing on this show for the last couple of weeks, I do my best to tackle interesting topics that have to do with the Ghanaian film industry or the film industry in general, just to, get some conversations going. And today's hot take, to me, is a bit, how should I say this? It's a bit personal because it has to do with me. And essentially my reaction to something that has got to do with me and me sort of bringing some clarity to the matter and also in many ways trying to educate people out there on exactly what is right or what is wrong in the conversation going on. This hot take is me reacting to a comment actually that was made on a post on mine on Facebook, and this is a comment from filmmaker Peter Sedufia. In my post, I was just, messing around and talking about having gotten the opportunity to see the film A Country Called Ghana, which I've put out a review for. And Peter in the comments section was trying to, I think he was trying to point out something that I believe is conversation worthy. Not just because it has to do with me, but it's important that I bring some light to this and essentially give my hot take on it. So Peter says in his comments, in my opinion, if the producers of or a member of the production team generously gave you a screener link to watch the film, I would advise that if your review is damning or unfriendly to the film, kindly hold on to it and let the film complete its nationwide screenings to recoup their investment before you publish it. However, if you pay to go watch it, you have every right to share your candid opinion or review on it as and when you please. Thanks. So this post is this comments from Peter is on the back of my recent review about the country called Ghana. People are more or less, having a conversation about the review and sort of interpreting the review as a negative one towards the film, and in many ways shooting the film in the shooting the film in the ass. But the reason why I'm reacting to this, okay, and I can understand what Peter is saying, but I do not totally agree with it. That's why I'm giving my hot take on this to sort of bring some clarity to it, because I feel like people misconstrue or misunderstand the role of critics in this space and how it's important for us people who work in the space as critics to be appreciated, particularly because of how we advance the conversation around our film industry. So a little bit more backstory. A Country Called Ghana premiered last weekend. There was essentially no conversation about the film itself on social media. No one was talking about the film. Only commentary about what happened at the screening, which was at the National Theatre, and all the fanfare that went on exactly. And I've been very concerned because there was no review about the film out there. So I sort of reached out to the director of the film, and he gave me access to the film by sending me a private screener to watch the film and then put a review on the film out, which I did. But my review has been received by many as, like Peter likes to put it, damning to the film. And I mean, in the thread under my post, he further on went to say that or implied that the review was sort of putting the film in a disadvantage because he hasn't done its nationwide tour yet. And for that reason, what he's trying to say is that if I was given a private screener or private link to see the film, I shouldn't have put my review out. I should essentially wait till the film has done its tour, and then I can post about, or I can put my review out. So I'm curious. I'm curious, and that's why I'm doing this hot take, because I want to bring some clarity to this matter. Okay, people don't understand the work that critics do. People feel like critics are out to, bring down filmmakers to sort of cripple the industry. But at least from my part and for what I've been doing over the last couple of years, well, 10 years actually, for what I've been doing for almost 10 years now, I don't think or see myself as one of those critics that go out to cripple the industry. As a matter of fact, I've been a strong advocate for the Ghanaian film industry. I've been a voice for the Ghanaian film industry. I think I've in many ways pushed for so many conversations around the Ghanaian film industry, particularly about our films. I've been very vocal about this, and I'll continue to do this till I don't have life in me anymore. no matter how challenging it gets, I'm always usually the one that brings up conversation about the Ghanaian film industry. And that's the kind of person I am. I'm not a critic that comes out or is out to, rubbish the work of creatives. So I would sit down and purposely write a negative review about a film to hurt the film's sales. And I've never done that before, but I'm always honest and brutal in my reviews. I think even with my honesty, I find a way to balance it out so I do not do damage to the film, because I believe that the industry or the space needs to grow. So I'm very honest, I'm very direct, I'm very constructive in my reviews. And anybody that has read my reviews over the years can understand or can see the growth in even my writing and in way I'm able to break down a film and get people to understand what they need to understand about the film. I found this comment from Peter a little bit unsettling for me, okay, because I'm trying to understand what he means by my review damning a film, and because I was given I was given a private screener, I shouldn't put out that review till after the film has done its rounds before. So I asked the question: what would be the ideal timeline, or what would be the ideal window for a review to be, released after a film? Because the way I think about it, regardless of what I say about a film, or when I say what I have to say about a film, it's still going to be understood or misunderstood as damning or trying to bring the film down, because that's what most people think critics do. Okay, there have been several situations where I would write a review that, in my opinion, I felt was a positive review for a film, and then people would understand that I'm trying to, shit on the film. But it's surprising that people do not get that regardless of anything I have to say or any critic has to say about the film, it advances the conversation around the film. I can't stress on this any less. Anything that I have to say about the film advances the conversation about the film, and it's important. Why would you premiere a film and there's nobody talking about it? How do you feel comfortable, or how do you grow an industry when people are silent about your film? Be it good or bad reviews, how does that help an industry? And how do I become the guy who is trying to advance conversation around the films and consistently gets tagged as the one trying to shit on people's films when I don't do that? That's why I'm taking exception to Peter's comment, because Peter is someone I've reviewed a lot of his films. I think I've reviewed all his films actually. I'm trying to see where he's coming from, that if I should get a private screener to a film, I should at least wait till the film has done its press tour and wherever before I put my review out. But when I go and watch a film on my own accord, as in implying that if I should buy tickets from my own pocket, then I can put my review out there. So the question is, what difference does it make? How does that change? Does that not affect the film? Does that not damn the film, like you put it? Does that not put the film at a disadvantage because I paid for the review out of my pocket? What is the difference? How is one better than the other, in my opinion? That's what I'm trying to understand. Because regardless of what you think, and I've stressed on this already, that every review that I write in many ways is to advance the conversation around the film. And in this particular situation, after the film was premiered, there was nobody talking about the film, at least not on my radar. But my review has sparked some conversation around the film, and I deserve some credit for that. But for anybody to think that it's a deliberate attempt to, dim the shine of the film, what do I benefit from that? How does that benefit me? How does the industry grow if there's someone out there that is constantly trying to pull people down and make sure that people do not make money out of their films? How does that make me? What do I benefit from that? How is that a win for me? And why would I be deliberately doing that? As somebody who is trying to, or somebody who has constantly said that he's about advancing the conversation around our film industry. And that is why I'm doing this hot take. So from where I sit, again, I like to say from where I sit, because I've worked in the capacity as a film, PR person that has helped, shape tailor-made PR conversations around films. And usually when I'm engaged and I have a conversation with a filmmaker, we list down some of the publications that we want to have out, the usual stuff: trailer release article, a press release, an interview article, essentially all the articles that we think would help promote the film or would help give the film a strong digital presence. I even go as far as helping some films put together their press kits or even their director statements or everything that is needed for the film to to do well on the festival circuit. And every time when I'm engaged, the idea of an or the option for a review is the last item that we talk about. And I tell the filmmaker, you have the option to let me see the film before it's released, or I wait till the film is released, then I can do a review about it. That is if you want me to do a review on your film. And usually I tell them this. Of course, since you are doing PR for your film, it might seem like a conflict of interest, but I try my best to maintain that everything that I say about the film has to be honest. So if I'm going to do a review for you and I'm also doing PR for you, what I say in my review, you don't have any control over, because I'm being honest from my perspective as a critic. And many a times when I have this conversation with filmmakers, they're like, oh, you know what? Okay, then don't talk about the film. Let's focus on the PR side. In some few situations, the filmmaker is like, okay, you can go ahead and then do a review about the film. And yes, you can do a review about the film. And in some cases, after that conversation is had, I ask the filmmaker, when do you want the review to be out? Do you want it out before the premiere or after the premiere? And in many cases, they all choose for after the premiere. So in a situation like that, even if I get, exclusive access to the film before it is released, when I write my review, I wait till after the premiere to put the review out. And even in that situation, you do not have any say or you do not have any take in what I believe is my honest opinion about the film. And I stress on that. And many people are not okay with that. So then they walk away and then they do not want to engage me to help in the PR of their film, which I understand. It's fine. But if you tell me that, okay, I want this review to be out before the film is released. And I've had situations where some filmmakers felt like, okay, they were so confident in their film that whatever I had to say about the film would help sell the film. So they would opt for the option where I put out my review publication before the film is officially released. And it works. It works for the film. I've had the opportunity to work with several film PR firms across the globe, and I've received several screening links. As a matter of fact, I mean, every single day, I was telling someone this, every single day, I could receive at least 10 screeners in my email from films or filmmakers that I have no idea about. And many a times, they are looking for reviews. And most of the times, those screening links are coming to me before the official release of the film. So why is it that in our space, I put out a review and I get tagged as the one that is trying to dim the shine of the film? Well, all I'm trying to do is to make sure that people have some interest in the film. And if you've read any review from me on any platform, you notice that I try to keep it very balanced. Even in situations where I've been to a film and I felt like I didn't enjoy the film, I always try to find a way to keep it balanced so that at least one person will go see the film based off my review. But I mean, you can understand why Peter will put out a post like this and make it seem like it is wrong for me to I don't get what difference it makes, because if I put my review out 3 weeks 3 weeks after your premiere, right? If I put my review out 3 weeks after the premiere and it's going to harm your film, it's still going to harm your film. If it's going to promote your film, it's going to promote your film. But in many ways, personally, I feel like the conversation around your film should be just after you've released it. And that is how come I'll be pushing for people to talk about films after they've been released. There's no point in bringing your film, going around for press runs before the premiere. Then you do your premiere, and after the premiere, there's zero conversation around your film. There's no point in that. How does that help your film? So when I put a review out and it advances the conversation around your film, be it good or bad, I think I deserve some credit. I think I've done something good for your film. I think I've contributed to the conversation around your film, and it shouldn't be something that people should see wrong, or see me as someone that is crippling the industry or trying to make things difficult for filmmakers to make money. Because, and this is what's funny to me, okay? Filmmakers often think that their audience is dumb, right? Most filmmakers think that their audience are not discerning enough to know when the film is bad, okay? And that it's typically only one critic or a couple of critics that create the impression that the film is bad. Your audience knows if your film is bad, but they might not say anything about it online. They will just tell their friend not to go see it, or the next time you have a film out there, they will just not go see it, and it affects you in the long run. So how does tarnished review affect your film to the point that he does a review for your film and now he's the bad guy and he's the one that is intentionally trying to, stifle the growth of your film. And, it's because of this attitude for many reasons. And for very long time, when I see a Ghanaian film and I immediately feel like this film is not going to be a good film, I have no interest in seeing it. Even if you reach out to me and you invite me to your premiere, because I know it's going to be a bad film or because I feel it's going to be a bad film, I have no interest in seeing the film, because the moment I see the film, I'm forced to write about the film. And when I write about the film, you later turn around and say that you are trying to collapse my film, you are trying to kill my film. When in actual fact, all I'm doing is trying to spark conversation around your film. I'm trying to get people to be interested to go see your film. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to get better for our industry. I don't know how people are going to start appreciating critics and their contribution to shaping the Ghanaian film industry. But for me, I mean, I'm just going to continue to play my part. I'm going to do my best to, try and advance conversation around the Ghanaian film industry and hope that people would pay attention to the work that I do and people would begin to see the Ghanaian film industry for the potential it has and continue to add their voice to enable creatives go out and do more, because that's what I'm looking for. Okay, what do I benefit from tanking a film's sales? What do I stand to gain? I'm not a rival filmmaker. I'm not in the business of selling films. So what do I stand to gain if I put out a review to kill a film? Yeah. So yeah, this is my hot take on the matter. If you think you share similar opinions or you have opposing opinions on this, do leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification icon so that any video that we put out on this channel, you get an alert. And for the love of film, just share this video. My name is Tony Asankomah, and this is GH Movie Freaks Hot Take. Peace.